Welcome back to A Minute with Alan. This episode is called Test Me. My grandchild Ace used to have a sort of a game she'd play with me, and she would say, "Test me, Tex." I'm known as Tex. I will not go into that. But test me, and we'd pick a subject, movies or whatever, and I would test her. I'd ask her questions, see what she got, and then she would test me, and this drove her to study. And at one point she said to me, knowing that I know presidents and politics, she said to me, "What president's cabinet was nearly blown up by a cannon?" And I said, "No, that's not true. That never happened. It's a trick question." She runs inside, comes back with a book, and shows me that I think it was James Tyler's cabinet was with some demonstration. A cannon blew up and nearly killed all of them. So I think testing helps people. Now, they've determined that testing helps disadvantaged kids. It helps kids who didn't go to great schools because it can show what they can do. It's all digital today. It's not paper and pencil and strictly timed and things like that. And all the schools now, most of the schools, have come around to accepting standardized testing again. I believe Harvard has. I believe Yale has. Up here, Brown just changed course, changed direction, and did that. After all, tests are metrics that determine accomplishment, right? I mean, if you can't add numbers in a column or you can't find the area of a roof, you don't know math. You might have taken math, but you don't know math. Simple, right? If you can't speak Spanish to people, you haven't learned Spanish. If you didn't know the significance of Louis the 14th, Louis the XIV. Sorry. Then you hadn't learned history. When I was in school, a kid next to me in history, they used to call it Western Civ. Imagine that. Can you imagine Western civilization? Kid next to me said, "I got to drop this course." I said, "Why?" He said, "There were too many French kings at the same time." I said, "What do you mean? There was just one French king during that period." He said, "No. There was Louis the 14th. There was Louis XIV. There was Louis Le Roi Soleil. And there was Louis the Sun King. 4 guys at once." I said, "Maybe you should drop this course." Prospective doctors have to identify anatomy, and they have to identify, they have to know biology and so forth and so on. Otherwise, they don't get to practice. Lawyers have to pass a bar exam. So, why should kids go into higher education that might make things worse for them if not prepared for it? You can't drive without a test. You can't scuba dive legally without a test. You can't be an electrician without a test. There is no test, however, to vote. You just have to be of a certain age and be a citizen, and I'm beginning to wonder about that one.